What's going on, people? It's Mr. Door back again with another Nottingham Forest podcast. I hope everyone's fit and well. And yes, a big result. Well, I was a big result. Good result for us last night against our local rivals 2-2. If you know saw the vlog, please go and watch it after this podcast. Rules: if you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and comment below, people, all the gossip that we've been hearing. And soon we have got a Premier League game. I can't believe we're saying that. We've got a Premier League game against Newcastle. I can't believe we're saying this. I can't believe we're saying this, people. We've got Newcastle away soon. People, how excited are you? Before I introduce everyone, if anyone saw my top, shout out to the legend. You know who he is. The guy that always says, "We are Premier League, baby." Thank you for the t-shirt. But yeah, people, how excited are you to the Premier League? Right. Let me introduce you to the guest. Everyone knows everyone is, but if you don't know who is, we'll start with the man himself, Dylan. How are you feeling, Dylan?
Great. Tired, but great.
You're not tired. You're always tired. That's the difference. You're always tired. Next one, we've got the Welsh wizard, the man himself. I think it's bloody hell. He's easy. Look at his hair. It's crazy. Stephen. How are you, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm good, Ben. I hope everyone's well. I'm a bit tired like Dylan, but yeah.
Right, here we go. I think I've just come from work. I'm not the only one that's not tired. And next but not least, we've got the man himself. I think everyone loves this guy. People in the comments. I think everyone loves him. We've got the man himself, Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Yeah, good, Ben. Thanks. Lovely to see all you lads. I guess in honour of our Welsh guest tonight, I should be Di Asprey instead of Dave Asprey, but there you go. People have said Di Asprey at times, so they might have meant something different. You know?
So people in the comments, show some love to all our panel. As well, I said there's loads of gossip. Before we do talk about gossip, I know Stephen, Dylan, did you watch the game yesterday?
Yes, I did.
That's all right then. So we'll talk about yesterday's game, and then we'll talk about the gossip and rumors as usual. But like I said, people, if you can, please do hit the like button. It helps me a lot. There's 108 people in. Please do me a favor and subscribe as well. Right, let's talk about yesterday's game. We'll make it quick. I'll start with you, Dave. What was your thoughts about yesterday's game?
I think, Ben, it was a case of Steve looking at the supporting cast. I think quite a number of our people who are considered to be crucial have been, by and large, kept under wraps in pre-season. Brennan, to a certain extent, Scotty McKenna, people who are likely to be in the side. I think what happened last night was Steve was, I think it was a twofold thing. I think it was to give the young uns a run out and experience in Nottingham Derby, which I think for them, for the likes of Zach Abbott, Billy Fewster, Dale Taylor, Atif Kanate, Aaron Donnelly, I think it was great for those lads to get a sense of an occasion like that. For the others, I think it was a kind of a last chance saloon. And Steve's interview after the game,
it was brutal, wasn't it? It was brutal.
It was incredibly fascinating, I thought. And it was, I wouldn't say it was confrontational, but it was extremely determined and it was extremely focused. And he, without naming names, he didn't sort of beat about the bush. So I think I almost feel like that pre-season has been maybe more about the ones that are going to go than the ones who are going to stay. Given the sort of cavalcade of people that are coming in, there's going to be a cavalcade of people going out at some point. So I do feel it was a 6-game of pre-season, and it was actually the first one that had a feel of a genuinely competitive match about it. And I think I'll probably get haters for saying this, but I thought County played some good football and added to the occasion. So I think it was a worthwhile exercise for everybody, but mainly for Steve to find out those that he doesn't think are going to be up to it.
People in the comments, like I said, we just mentioned like kind. What players do you think? And this is for people in the comments. I'll get to Steve and Dylan in a minute. What players do you think? When you're watching the game, what players do you think Steve Cooper should keep? Because like I said, he was brutal in his interview after the game. I think it wasn't hard what players that he mentioned. So I'm going to ask you, Dylan. You watched the game as well. What players did you impress? Who impressed you yesterday?
Who impressed me? The young lads. majority of the young lads, they really impressed me. It was good to see Surridge get a goal. Do you know what I mean? Come
Good
back.
goal.
As soon as he got that ball, and I knew exactly. I thought he's just going to kill this straight in. Bang, he did. I thought he did well. Yatesy, not bad. Who else? Cafu. Like I said earlier, I struggle to understand where he plays, what his role is in the team. But God, that guy is awesome. You got to love him. You know what I mean? That free kick was just amazing.
Good goal. Really good goal. Shout out to Cafu as well.
Do you know what I mean? He's the one. He's probably the one player. I bet Steve Cooper sits there going,
what do I do with him? That's the problem. What are we going to do with him?
What do I do with him? But I don't want to get rid of him because
he's one of them players, right? He's one he's one of them players. Like I said, he can play good. He play good for one game, and then you don't see him for the next game. He's like, I'm not saying he's like a Carvalho. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying he gets fans off a seat. Do you know what I mean? And yesterday, he's one of the players that stood out.
Yeah, he's decent, isn't he, as well?
Yeah, 100%. Steve, like I said, he was brutal. Steve Cooper was brutal yesterday. And what players, people in the comments as well, get involved. What players do you think he was talking about? Because I know a few he was talking about. Like I said, there was a few. There was a few.
Can we name drop?
Of course you can.
Ojeda. And I would probably say I see a lot of comments and people on Twitter saying Lyle Taylor, possibly. Apparently, what some fans picked up on the pitch was Cooper was going mental at Ojeda. He kept on turning his back. He looked a bit angry every time he gave the ball away. So he could possibly be one. Jordan Smith, I think.
I think
he's done. You know, he did put a couple of saves out, but he looked up his depth against County. No offense. On a positive side, I thought Larea played well first half.
I think with Larea, right, I said going forward, I think he played left back first half.
Yeah,
and he played well. Let's be real. I think he played well, but then he's crossing the ball that let him down big time.
You could see he was lacking match fitness as well. He started to tire the second half. I think he gave it everything in the first half. Probably should have took him off. He paused a bit, the lack of fitness. And I thought the young centre half came on. Was it Abbott?
Abbott, yeah.
He looks a bit like a Dawson kind of figure. He was very demanding.
He's only 16. He's 16 years old as well.
Yeah, he just...
That team started shaving.
He played in the final, didn't he, at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
He did.
Cooper mentioned him, didn't he?
Yeah. If me and Dave went to the game, and I remember, like I said, he was the one that penalty to Man United, and for that, I thought he was fantastic in the final, and to throw him in against Notts County, like a team that I'm not saying it was aggressive, and put him in that kind of game, I think he's done well.
I've seen a lot of people dissing Baconi as well. And I thought, he's only just come. And I mean, he was playing around with a lot of youth players, so maybe he was trying extra hard because he knew he was around 16, 17, 18-year-olds. You are going to try a little bit harder to try and protect them. So I think he tried his best. There's a lot of people slating him. Come on, give the guy a break.
I think you know what it is. Right? I said he can play in that back three, but I think he's, as me and Dave seen him, he can play as a winger. Better as a winger, I think. Yeah. And when you got players like, and they got Larea, even Myton. I was disappointed with Myton yesterday. He played him as a winger.
Embassou looked class. He's class on the ball, Embassou. I like him.
Yeah, I like him as well.
That's a really good point that Stephen makes. I thought Loic Embassou, he's kind of nicely gone under the radar, and that's probably indicative of Loic's. I think he's quite secure. I think he'll be in the squad, Loic, and I thought he played quite well. Young Abbott, I mean, the kids, a lad who's had a lot of game time in pre-season, and I think Steve Cooper likes, and I'm not saying he's going to be ready yet, but I think he will be ready maybe possibly a year or two down the line is Oliver Hammond. I think it's a lovely passer of the ball. And what I love about Hammond is he's a little skinny lad with red hair. He's prepossessing. He's a little bit inconspicuous. You don't notice him at first. But when the ball's been moved about in a sort of fluid sense, Oliver Hammond is generally the one helping the ball around, In terms of the people I think Steve was getting at, I mean, Alex Martin disappointed me last night. Lyle disappointed me last night. Brian Oyeda was caught in possession far too often by a National League side. No disrespect to County, but you would have liked to have seen 4 divisions of greater quality between the two teams. Admittedly, given it's a young side, but Richie Larrier, I stood with Ben actually, and we both agree that Richie Larrier had a good start again. The trouble with Richie Larrier, he seemed to me to be a righty playing on the left.
Yeah,
a bit like Nico at Barnsley, where he's a righty playing on the left, and he's got to kind of cut back inside and lose his flow to get a cross in. Nico on the right, a wholly different player to Nico on the left. And I think Richie Larrier was sort of slightly afflicted by that last night. But by and large, we're all talking about Cooper's interview, which was kind of like, if anybody thinks that he's going to be taken for a fool this season, either by the media or by opponents or by any of us, they were given a message last night to kind of, whoa, don't mess with Steve. And I was really impressed with it, actually.
I think I will. As I said, I've not spoke about these three about the way the media, mainstream media, spoke about Forest. That's the thing that we'll talk to these three about. Stephen's on the head as well. I think that later on the show we'll talk about that. I'm going through the comments. Sorry, there's loads of comments to go through. I do apologise. Let me go through. This is from Gail. Evening, everyone. Hope you're all good. Everyone's fine. Good evening, you lot. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're doing, Mark. As well, I think. Where's Dave's fan? Dave's got a fan here somewhere. I don't know where he is. And there's 2 birthdays as well. I want to give shout outs to 2 people's birthdays.
Happy birthday, Eve.
Happy birthday, Eve. Good evening, Dore, Dave, Steve, and Dylan. Hope you're well. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for the love on Twitter. Everyone in the comments, show some love to Eve. It's a birthday today. So, Eve, happy birthday. And it was good to see you as well. And as well, there's another birthday as well. Where is he? Where's my friend? Where is he? Where's Mr. Media Man? Here's Gary May. How you doing, Gary? How you doing, Warren? How you doing, Kev? Where is it? Where is it? And another birthday as well, Mr. Media Man. This is Jay. I went to Berlin with him. So people in the comments as well, show some love to Media Man. And make sure everyone subscribe as well. He's a young boy, really talented as well. So please, if you can, go and subscribe to Media Man. Great channel. All right. I'm going to go through the comments as well. This is from James as well. Even everyone. I'm talking about the players as well, and we mentioned players that we were talking about. Cooper was a bit brutal yesterday, and I'm going to go through the comments. Lisa Martin will go. How you doing, Ben? Taylor and Cafu and Chance. Taylor, for me, like I said, I felt sorry for him. Cafu, as we mentioned, he can be hot and cold, but he's a player that will get fans off the feet. Right. Let's talk about this gossip. As you know, we've signed about 500 players. 500 players, and they keep coming. I'm going to go through, like we brought in 12 players, and so I'm going to go through you first, Dylan. And people in the comments, I'll say, who's the best player that, as far as a sign? So people in the comments, who is the player that you like most for a sign? So Dylan, who's the player that you impressed with Cooper that he brought?
Apart from the obvious, Lingard. You know what I mean? I'm looking at Nikate.
Good player.
I think he looks awesome. Benacone, what I've seen of him, do you know what I mean? What he played last night was last night, but for him, was it €5 million or £5 million? Do you know what I mean? By the sound of it, we've got a steal there. Nico's Nico in there, so we know what he can do, and he was a quality signing. I'm just trying to think now. I can't remember them all.
There's a lot in there. There's a lot. People in the comments, who's your best player in the Forest have signed so far? Stephen, what player have you said? I know I bet you might say the Welsh one because as you know, Stephen is Welsh, so I'm guessing Nico Williams.
Are we signing more Welsh players, are we? Niakate for me. I think that guy oozes class. I think just his complete presence on the pitch. Put him next to my boy McKenna and Worrell next to him.
You know what? Can I just say something about Niakate? I got a feeling he's going to take Worrell's place. I got a feeling. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling. Because I read an interview the other day saying Cooper's not the 100% sure on who's captain yet.
I would say. I don't see the Carter take him up because he's left-footed.
Well,
I can't see him playing it. I can't see him. That right side, the right side of the fence. I think he'll play either Worrell or Baconi. Baconi can play there, but I can't see it happening, Dylan. I can't see it happening.
No one saw Lingard coming, but I did. Sorry, I had to get that in.
Speaking of Niakate, did anyone use interview on the radio today?
Worrell?
No, Niakate.
No.
Yeah, on TalkSport, our rival radio station. He gave an interview. He's like proper research into Nottingham, and he's looked at the history, and he gave a really good interview. In fact, he was really excited to be playing for Forest. Like it was about 10, 15 minutes long. It was. But yeah, who else? We've decided. Yeah, Nico Williams. Yeah, again, not being biased towards the Welsh players, looks class. I think Dean Henderson. I think
everyone's forgot about him. Everyone's forgot him. Like I said,
from the base, but working up. I think what a statement that was by just signing him. I think that just set the tone for the entire transfer window. 100%. It turned people's heads, really, didn't it?
100%. Dave, out of 12 players, who's your favourite?
Well, I'm gonna go with Mystic Dylan's man because of what he's done for us in terms of having not been talked about for 23 years now, we're being talked about. But I'd also echo the lads about Moussa Niakate. I think he's got a lovely kind of quiet and steely way with him, and he kind of exudes confidence, and I think he'll spread confidence to other players. I thought Harry Toffolo has done okay in the 2 games he's played. I like Harry Toffolo. He's obviously going to have to play because Omar's injured. Lewis O'Brien, I'm really excited about. I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's testament to the thinking that's going in to making the signings that none of them are like head scratchers. Do you know what I mean? You're not looking and thinking, well, why have we signed him or why have we signed them? I do think there is there is a strategy to it. I mean, I'm a big kid. I just love Lingard. I love TikTok, and I love I love TikTok. I have to love TikTok. My niece keeps sending me messages on it,
Listen,
and I like.
You'll never get me on TikTok. My little girl's on there.
I can't dance to save my life, so I won't be on. But I just think, if I had to pick one, I would probably go with Niakate. And I'm like Steve says, he may claim Scott McKenna of his own, but I've already claimed Scott McKenna. And I think he's a fantastic player. So I think there's a lot of obviously with all of them, they've got to kind of build up a momentum. I mean, obviously the obvious one for that is Taiwo Awoniyi. We want to see the real Taiwo Awoniyi emerge. Henderson as well. Actually, it's a great point. But the thing with Dean, I think, is the fact that he was kind of I don't know if he was the first. He was the second one after Taiwo. So he's kind of fallen into the miss. But I'm telling you now, he made 2 belting saves against Union Berlin, and he made a blinder against Hertha last week, where he kind of had to go and tip one away in the corner. Dean looks really good. And let's give a props to Wayne Hennessy as well. Goalkeepers, I haven't to worry about.
100%. Right, so before, I'm going to look for the comments as well. Come on, Dave, do the dealings. Come on, are you going to do it?
Done deal, baby. Let's go.
You
know what? Do you know what, lads? I think I've done me back.
Cheers for that. But before I go, I am wearing a t-shirt. We Premier League baby, and this guy, my friend Forest Stand. You look good in the t-shirt store. Shout out to Forest Stand for doing this for me. I'm very good for doing this. So yeah, we all probably be better. I might wait for Newcastle away, but no, I can't because let me say something. As you lot all know, I did a bet. I think it was before the Sheffield United first leg. I said if I reach 8K, I will dress up as Robin Hood, and I reached 8K. And that stupid boy Craig, he got me the bloody costume dinner. So I've got to wear the dark Newcastle way.
Is it the budgie smuggler tights?
Yes, yes. So people, I am going to Newcastle in a Robin Hood. So yeah, right. Before we do talk about the traffic gossip, and there's loads of gossip that we'll talk about. Before we do, please do hit the like button. There's 188 people in. Thank you everyone for that. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I'm trying to get to 9K for the Newcastle game as well. Right, let's talk about transfer gossip. I know we brought in 12 players, but we are linked with a real Betis player. What's his name? Mangala.
That's Stuttgart, that is.
Yeah. Stuttgart.
The real Betis, Moreno.
Yeah.
And William Cavalli.
Yeah. Last you, Steve. Like, we know we're talking about, we've got Ryan Yates, we've got Cafu, we've got O'Brien. I personally think we still need that another someone who can bully, who can play alongside Yates, or we've got Colt back as well, but we're getting Mangala, Steve, but I think it's a boost that we need to, like, everyone kept saying we start from the back, but we slowly go pushing up, but
yeah,
this Mangala talent, I think it looks good doing it.
He looks more dynamic. I think William Carvalho, going back to when I was watching him in the Euros, is it a couple of years ago? He's more of a bully. If you want a more bullyish player, he's more that methodical, big lump in midfield. But the how do you pronounce his name? Mangala.
Mangala.
He looks quite dynamic. I think he's scored quite a few goals, isn't he? For Stuttgart.
Yep.
So I think it's what you want, really. If you want to be greedy, we're probably going for both of them. But, again, it's that midfield, like you said. I think the way the Premiership is, I think we need to. The midfield is where the game can be won or lost in most games. So, and especially the quality in the Premiership in some of the midfields. When you play like De Bruyne and these kind of players, you gotta manage that midfield, and it's going to be interesting. I think, it's quite exciting them to potentially coming in, and the one we just touched on, Moreno. That's. Dave mentioned the head scratch. That would be the only head scratch for me if we signed him. We've got Richards, and we've got someone's mentioned in the comments, and I think this is from Tim Murphy. Shout out to Tim for being a member as well. Question: I understand Richard is injured, but why would we go for a third left back? Moreno, I don't know if you heard, he can play a left wing, so maybe they're looking to cover that Lolly position, because obviously Lolly now is in the wilderness now. So maybe they're looking for that quick pace down the left, and then always cover that left back if need be then, because again, this Richards injury is a bit of a mystery, isn't it? It's in the dark a bit.
It's the thing I think with Richards, like I said, he's a quality player, and I think we spoke about him playing for Reading. I think it was he did very well for Bayern Munich, and it's a mystery. Like I said, as far as fans know, we always struggled with a left back. And now we're having more left backs. It's weird. So, what's your thoughts, Dylan? I said we get Mangala, there's Moreno, and as well, people. I don't know if you've seen it in the comment on Twitter or social media. Is it Carvalho, William Carvalho?
Yeah.
Another decent player. And before I get you people's opinion, like everyone says about he's 30 years old, But Dylan, what's your opinion on it?
Well, I don't know too much about some of these players, but we've got if he's 30 years old, Cooper's got to see something in him. You can't just keep having 22, 23, 24-year-olds. You've got to have a bit of age, bit of experience. All right, he's not experienced in the Premier League, but he's experienced in football. He can help some of the younger lads around him. Do you know what I mean? That can sometimes win you or lose you a game. Do you know what I mean? When your back's against the walls and just them older heads just to say, look, lads. Do you know what I mean? I know it's tough, but just stick together. Look, just keep going. Do you You know what I mean? So we'll have to wait and see. But like you say, but these players that we've been linked with and could come in and we don't know whatever, they're all going to be what is it? They're all going to be like gambles because none of them. Well, no, you got to look at it because every player's a gamble, really, unless they played in the Premiership. You know what I mean? So, but we all trust Cooper. Do you know what I mean? And you could see these players that we're being linked with already. There's more to come because Cooper's interview.
I've lost count. How many players we've been linked with.
Cooper said in his interview when Colin Free said to him, "Is there more to come?" And he went, "There has to be. There has to be." And that's the first. I think that's the first time I've actually heard Cooper in an interview be brutally honest.
Yes, it was weird, wasn't it?
Do you know what I mean? He's got 12 players, and he still sounds like, no, we need more. We need more. Yes, we know that we've had to replace loan players, replace this, replace that, which is what we've had to do. But do you know what I mean? I think that's the first time I've ever heard him like get a bit etchy with the media and say, yes, we do need more. And basically, what more do you need? Do you know what I mean? If we've got to sign 15 players, we'll sign 15 players. And then on the other hand, to hear him turn around and say the owner is literally backed me all the way. He's given me everything I want.
Sorry, Gills. The last time I heard Cooper with that edginess was we beat Barnsley 3-0 and he still wasn't happy. Do you remember that interview?
Yes.
Very true, Steve.
He was very thing with, I think it was Colin Frey with interview, and he was very blunt. He was like, it's not good enough. I want more. And we've just battered them 3-0. And that's
I went to that game as well. I went to the game, and you know what? He had a fair point because I remember that Barnsley was
could have doubled that score, Ben, easy.
Could have, and I think, and you get it. I get it. And like I said, when we're on top, we should be like absolutely destroying them kind of teams. And we all know that Premier League is going to be so hard. We're gonna have more downs than ups because these Premier League teams, they're not going to feel sorry for us. I know. Like I said, I'll talk about the mainstream media later on. What was your opinion, Dave? Like I said, we get like these. Dylan touched on it. The midfield is important. I think Stephen touched on it as well. The midfield is so important in it. For like I said, we'll be linked with Mangala. Hopefully that's tomorrow. Carvalho as well. I've seen and I got my guys back on here. Where is it, Mr. Kevin Campbell? Hi, Mr. and all lads. I love the way Forest going up with all the business. My man has backed the manager and deserves a lot of credit. And you aren't done yet. We've not done, Kev. Shout out to Kevin Campbell, my guy. He'll be back here soon on my channel. Kevin, where are you, Kevin? And Kevin, stop doing it, Kevin. Kevin knows what I mean. Stop it, Kevin. Stop it. He knows what I mean. Shout out to Kev. Dave, we need to get at least two midfielders, don't we? I think it's like yesterday said it all. Like, no disrespect to Colback, no, like or I'm not saying Yates is for me personally. I think he deserves to start because he knows what it means to Nottingham. So we need at least two midfielders, don't we, Dave?
Well, I coach teams and manage teams myself, and your midfield that's the crux, that's the nub of any team that you put together, and we're having to build a team pretty much, in a compressed period of time. I think we do. I mean, the way I look at it, Ryan, Jack, Lewis O'Brien, Cafu. I think Cafu will be in the squad. I think Cafu is he's kind of mercurial, and he's a great character around the club, and he's much loved actually. But I do think that we need more. I think what I know of Mangala is that he's just recently broken into the Belgium squad.
Yeah.
Now, if you're getting into a squad with the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and this standard of player, you're a good player. I think he's 24. So I think he's a work in progress and getting better and at international level. William Carvalho, he's 30, but I had a quick look at Wikipedia, right? And I think he's got about 70 odd caps. And what needs to be remembered about William Carvalho is that when Portugal won the Euros, I think it was about 6 years ago, William Carvalho played in the final. He missed the semi-final through suspension, and the Portuguese coach, whose name escapes me, brought him back for the final. So this guy, we're talking about Jesse's experience of World Cup semi-finals and scoring winning goals in FA Cup finals. William Carvalho is going to bring a similar level of experience. I don't sort of see him as, I think he's a steady, holding midfield player. Mangala, as the lads have just alluded to, he's a bit more of a box to box. I mean, I've looked, his goal stats aren't that great, but he's a young guy, making his way in the game. So I think we do need more. I also think we need another creative, if you like. I mean, if the worst,
Morgan's right.
That's what we're talking about later, Steve.
Yeah. Well, there's a set of three initials that we all know, right? So we won't talk about them yet. But I do think we need somebody else. I think we need somebody to unlock defenses, and I think we need, just somebody with a little bit of. I mean, Jesse's got the X factor, but another dose of X factor wouldn't go amiss. But midfield is vital. I mean, you look at the midfields of the Goliaths at the top of the league, like Manchester City and Liverpool and Chelsea and Tottenham. Our owner and our coach doesn't want to be a stooge to these teams. He doesn't want us to be fodder. He wants us to have the same effect on the field against these big guns as we've had in the media. We've irritated people in the media. We're meant to come up and know our place. Forest are like a punk band, getting up everybody's nose.
Dave, we'll talk about the mainstream media later. I want to get everyone's opinion about. Don't break it, Dave. Don't. Because I know. Listen to me. Sorry,
man, I got off on my high horse there again.
Yeah, talk sport. I am going to mention you in a minute. If you're watching this, like I know Kevin Campbell's always on there as well. Kevin, if you go on Talk Sport, you better have a go at him. Because I'm not happy with him. Before we do talk about that, we must mention him. Everyone's talking about Morgan Gibbs-White. Steve, what's your opinion on that? We'd like to say he's a good player. I know
Cooper loves him, and he loves playing under Cooper. That's well known. It's been well known. They text each other regular. They in contact with each other. Gibbs-White, as rumours have it, said he wants to play under Cooper again. But there's a stumbling block. Wolves are playing hardball. It looks like they want a lot of money for him. There's rumours they want to keep him. There's rumours they want to get rid of him for high money. They're looking for the highest bidder. Will we push the boat out and go, right, go for it, and just splash the cash and take that over 100 million mark? And just, Cooper knows him. He knows what he brings to the table. We know what he brings. So that would be, for me, there's other names you have mentioned as well. I don't know if we want to get on to them later, but
yeah, keep going. We keep talking.
But I think if it could happen on transfer deadline day, the Wolves could push it to the very last minute. We could see yellow bar come up. Morgan Gibbs-White signs for Forest for 40+ million or whatever. But yeah, with add-ons. Yeah. I think that's going to be pushed right to the wire. I think we're really going to push Wolves hard. I think that's the signing Cooper wants.
People comment before I get Dylan and Dave. How much? Right, if you was a manager, how much would you pay for Morgan Gibbs-White? Get involved, people. I think this is where, like I said, I had a conversation with Mr. David Johnson, and I was saying I'll pay this amount with him, and people, I'll get everyone to come say how much we'll pay. Dylan, how much would you pay for Morgan Gibbs-White?
How much would I pay? It's hard to say, but he's got to be roughly. He's English. He's in the under 21s. English players, under 21s, are always fetching big money at the minute. He's done really well in the Championship. Bit unproven in the Premiership, but 25, 30 mil. I think 30 mil is going to get him. 25 if Wolves get desperate and they want the money. Do you know what I mean? So if they need the money, Forest could get him for 25, but it's one of them. Does Forest want to hold off and wait till the last end of the transfer deadline?
People won't do that. I don't think people want that.
No, but it's like Everton's been linked with it as well. But I'm not being funny. But if Everton were that desperate, if they really wanted him, they would have had him by now. Everyone knows the price. So
they signed in Dwight. They signed a McNeil from Burnley, and they
Dwight McNeil for 10 million. Yeah. I think he's a good player. He's a good player, but I think me personally, I know O'Neill's got Premiership experience, but Morgan gives fight for me. He's more of a stronger player.
But look at what we were saying for Brennan in January. We were saying we were all saying we wouldn't take less than 25 mil for him. Do you know what I mean? And he's as good as him. I would say Johnson could be better. But do you know what I mean? I
think they're both better. I know Brennan can play that number 9. He can play as a winger. I've always liked, when Brennan played for Lincoln, he played more of a left winger. And then as you know, he's number 9 as well. But Morgan Gibbs White,
he's a busier player than Johnson. He buzzes around a bit more than Johnson. Johnson's more pace, direct, runs at you. Gibbs White is just cross the lines. He just runs back. That's why in that second leg he ripped us apart, didn't he? He tore us to shreds in parts. We couldn't handle him.
100%. Well, there's 201 people in. If you can do one big favor for me, hit the like button if you can. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe as well. And if no one knows I am Mr. Door, we'll soon be back with Premiership vlogs, Premiership reviews, and preview shows. Next, if no one knows my panel, we've got Dylan next to me. We've got the Welsh Wizard, Stephen, and the talkative that everyone loves, Dave Asprey as well. People love leaving comments, show some love as well. I've got a fantasy football league as well. I gave the code to Stephen this morning. So I hope, Stephen, have you locked in, Stephen? Have you made your team?
In these kind of scenarios, I don't know what to do. Like what tends to happen? You make a side and someone signs like a superstar from another.
That's why I'm waiting.
I might
That's
wait.
why I'm waiting.
You make your team. People in the comments, have you made a fantasy football league? If you can,
I know the Forest players I'm putting in anyway.
I've done my team as well, so I'm not telling you who it is. So people in the comments, have you joined my league yet? If you have, put your thumbs up. The code is in the description as well. So click on the link, and the code is in the link. So people get the link as well. As well. What else was I going to say? I forgot now. Right. Let's talk about it. Like I said, I've not told this panel about the disrespectful towards the mainstream media. I'm going to talk to you. Let me talk to Stephen first. Before I do talk to Stephen, I've got a super chat. That's from Andrew Shaw. Thank you for the super chat, Steve. Miss Store is costing me more than Netflix. Why?
And better choice.
Better than Netflix.
This is better than Netflix. So people, if you can, if you want to help support my channel, please do. But Andrew, thank you for giving me the £2 as well. Oh yeah, it is what it is. I said we are back in the Premier League, and if you want me to promote your business and sponsor my vlog for each game, please get in contact with me. Like I said, I will promote it as well. I am promoting 2 other businesses as well. But that big Newcastle game as well. So watch out for them. I'm helping someone out a lot, so does good work. But watch out for the Newcastle vlog. I am helping 2 people out. Right, back to the mainstream media. I'm gonna go through Stephen and people in the comments. Get involved. Do you think the mainstream media has been good? Have they been bad? Disrespectful? Get involved, people. Stephen's shaking. Is it that? I can see Stephen's way to rant. Stephen, what's your thoughts on it?
Right, everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? I get it on these chat shows, radio, TV. You have both sides. Fair enough. I'm open to opinions. I listen to TalkSport regular, right, in the van while I do my job. TalkSport. I get both sides of the story, but what gives these pundits and ex-pros or whatever, including players still playing now, what gives them the right to put us down and disrespect us, Lingard, the money we're spending? What business is theirs? What gives them the right to say he should go here? Okay, you have an opinion, but why are they so bullish about it? Like if we had gone up and done a Norwich and spent £2 million And then they all be like, "Oh, Forest, you're going back down. You've got no ambition. Forget about it." We've gone up. We're one of the top spenders in Europe. I think we're in the top 5 in Europe.
Yeah.
Close to 100 million. And everyone's going, "You're overspending. Where are you getting all this money from?" Whose business is theirs? We want to spend it. If we go back down, it's our fault. It's none of their business. It's doing all these. What's that? I forgot his name. It was winding me up the other day. He was like saying Lingard's ruined his career. He might as well wave a white flag.
You're on about you're on about the young lad.
He looked like some snotty schoolboy.
I know who he is. Listen, right, let me tell you something about
the West Ham fan.
Not Rory James. You're not
That's
Rory
the one
James.
you met the other week.
Right, that's the guy I met the other week. I met him at BT Sports, and I can't release the vlog yet till you see me on BT Sports promoting it. And I spoke to him, and this is before he come out on BT, and he said he was praising Forest, and he said we had to buy, and now he's on TalkSport whinging about Jason Lingard. He should not sign for Nottingham Forest, blah blah. But I'm not going to rant. But this is what I carry on, Stephen. I'm not going to rant. Steve, did you clash?
Unless he looks very mean.
Steve,
he's giving it the death stare there. Right, Stephen. He looks hypnotised.
He's angry. He's angry. Is he angry?
Talk Sports shut him down.
He looks angry. People.
He's been censored.
He's been censored. I don't know what's happened. Dylan, what's your thoughts on it, Dylan?
What's my thoughts? You know my thoughts. Jesus Christ, I must have tweeted the other day about 4 different tweets with Talk Sport in it, and then eventually I found two comments from 2 different people, 3 I think, praising Forest, but I don't know where they get it all from. It's like Jesse Lingard should have gone to West Ham. He hasn't got no ambition. He's gone for the money. He's doing this. He's doing that. And it's like, really? Do you know what I mean? It's who would not? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he spoke to both clubs. He's heard, supposedly, he's had a right good sit down with Cooper. Cooper's asked him questions. He's asked Cooper questions. And they've met in the middle. He's going to be the main man at Forest. And do you know what? I've not seen Worrell's interview or heard it yet, but I've seen snippets of it, and all this. Oh, he's gonna divide the dressing room. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. Worrell's come out. I've heard that and turned around and said it's like he's only been at the club 4 days, and it's like he's been there years. And Cooper's even turned around and said it's a massive boost, and the players love him. You know what I mean? Who cares? I don't care. Who cares he dances on TikTok? Do you know what I mean? He's already doing stuff on TikTok with Forest players. Do you know what I mean? On media day and stuff like that. But I think you know
what it is. I said I think Des mentioned it the other day, and I think we should enjoy it. I think we should enjoy it. Like I said, these mainstream media, and I see people comment about Roy Jenkins as well. Like I think he was Simon Jordan said something, but then he apologized after it because he knows he was a bit disrespectful, and who was it? Colton Cole was one.
Oh, Carlton Cole. Oh my god.
Yeah, he was one.
He said one.
Gabby Abonga Horse stick up for us.
Yeah,
Gabby apologized as well. No, first he did it. First he said something, and then he apologized afterwards. But I'm just go down, carry on.
But I just don't get it. It's like, have you seen Richard Keys as well?
Oh, he's a bell end man.
I know he is. But he's piping up now, and he's got something to say. And it's like, do you know what? I can't. What does me is one of the presenters turned around. I don't know who it was, and he turned around and went, "Do you know with Forest doing this? I hope it sets a precedent for newly promoted clubs to do signings like this. It could be the way forward." And do you know what? Because we've come up and we're supposed to be put in this little box and we're not allowed to upset the apple cart and don't do this and don't do that. Marinakis, he owns Olympiacos, the Champions League. He's coming. regardless of what he's doing, he's gone to Cooper. Get what you want. Do what you want. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand why they have to lay into us.
I just did a fantastic comment, and this is spot on. This from Urban35, I think it is. The Big Six can spend 100 million on a couple of players, and nobody can bat an eyelid. Forest try to build a side with the money that can possibly complete in top flight, and everyone frowns up. How dare we? This is the problem, as I said, and this is
damned if we do, damned if we don't.
And this is the problem with these mainstream media. They need to get the information, because, like I said, how many players have left Forest? How many players are like the five lone players? Grabban, Biggs, Samba, even Howard, even Howard.
Yeah, Lonios left today, didn't it?
Yeah, Yellen's lost as well. So
that's 10.
And this is the problem. Like I said, these so-called pundits that they want to talk about. I'm going in on Roy Jenkins as well. He's saying that we don't. Lengen should have stayed. Should have gone to West Ham. And Jamie O'Hara as well. He's a bell end as well.
Jeff Sterling stuck up for us, mind.
Yeah, Sterling did. Jeff Sterling.
Jeff Sterling did. Yeah.
Can I just say, sorry lads, everything you three lads are saying is bang on. You're talking my brains. You're taking what's inside my brain and putting it out there, right? But let's if we're talking about mainstream media, the BBC have not said anything controversial about Forest. Sky Sports have not said anything controversial. In fact, Sky Sports are actually, I think, quite liking the idea of talking about somebody other than the big six that they fixate on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like the Premier League. They don't see beyond the end of their nose. They just see the convention and the conformity of that big six. Yeah. And then they're faced with this club who have an owner who demands ambition, a coach who's having to demand ambition. Now, my take on what Forest are doing, it's not Forest saying, tell you what, let's wind the other 19 up. It's not. It's about absolute need. We lost 5 loans who were instrumental in getting us up. We've lost guys at the ends of contracts. We've also come to the point now where some of our lads are deemed not to be fit for purpose in the Premier League. Steve Cooper is being forced into do it, and Mr. Marinakis appreciates that. And you've got this welding of Steve's necessity and Mr. Marinakis' ambition. And what seems to me to be happening is people are completely misinterpreting what Nottingham Forest are doing. It's not a vanity project. It is, they're looking at the experience that's been provided by previous Fulham, previous Norwich, previous Watford, previous Sheffield United, who said, well, we're all right with what we've got and we'll just try and keep our heads above water. Nottingham Forest have a rabid fan base that don't want that. They've got an owner that doesn't want that. And these guys, as Stephen said, they're absolutely entitled to their opinion. Simon Jordan can say what he wants. Jamie O'Hara can say what he wants. Jason Cundy can say what he wants. But the way I look at it, I kind of see it as there's a bit of I think there are slight generational snobberies going on, and I'm being a bit pompous and pretentious now. I think there's a slight snobbery towards Nottingham Forest for kind of not knowing their place when really football is about Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, and Liverpool. Those are the clubs that we talk about. How, they didn't like Leicester City winning the league. They didn't like Leicester City winning the FA Cup. They don't like Brighton and Hove Albion finishing 9th and playing good football. They want to talk about their big teams. The 2 guys on Sky Sports who do the transfers, Kaveh Solikol and Dharmesh Sheth, are sitting there really awkwardly talking about these Nottingham Forest transfers when all they want to talk about is Erling Haaland or somebody else. Now they're having to talk about a really well thought out transfer strategy of a club who are thinking, why should we accept our place? Why can't we aim big? Okay, we might crash and burn, but it'll be fun finding out. And I just think, so I think there's a snobbery towards Nottingham Forest, and I may be wrong, and if I'm offending anybody, I apologise. I also think there's a generational snobbery I felt towards Jesse Lingard. My view is I'm a 58-year-old guy. But I'm not going to, because I'm a generation older than Jesse Lingard, I'm not going to, if Jesse Lingard wants to do TikTok, that's fine. If Jesse Lingard wants to take the money, that's fine. He's got a 3-year-old little girl who he loves dearly, and he wants to make her life secure. And football is a short career. Jesse could be injured at Newcastle. We might never play again. So Jesse has every right to do it. If it's being offered, great. Jesse wasn't saying, this. It's a free transfer. If we'd have spent the money we're spending on his wages on buying Jesse at, like, I don't know, 9 million, everybody going, whoa, what a steal that is. And the wages, as Des said the other week, the wages are irrelevant. Everybody was saying, what a bargain. I mean, the thing is, there's a weird thing where if Brereton Diaz goes to West Ham, the sell
yes,
is Jesse's wages. And again, what it comes back to, it kind of comes back to this idea that Forest have now got clear thinking. We had Fawaz and I look at Cafu and I think, along with Figueiredo, we had that kind of parachuting in of lots of Portuguese lads, and Cafu and Figueiredo are the only two we talk about. And in the past it was like, buy a load, hope they're successful. Now people are like, with the data analysis that goes on, we're following the Brentford method, and we're following the methods that others are doing. Brighton have done it. I think Villa have done it to a certain extent. Why should we not look at things that have been done well by other clubs and ape them? There's no harm in plagiarizing, methods of being successful. So I think that, as I say, the TalkSport, I mean, as you say, a lot of people on TalkSport were very pro Forest and especially very pro Cooper. Steve Cooper is a brilliant communicator. Jesse Lingard got love from Steve Cooper and the Marinakis family. Why didn't West Ham offer the same olive branch? Transfers are competitions, right? So why didn't they show the love? And I think that on Sky Sports, actually, you had the non-football. Gabby Agbonlahor was very pro Forest. Jeff Stelling, Faye Carruthers was excellent. Andy Catterall, Max Rushton. So while we're talking, Richard Keys. I mean, if we're being awful about Richard Keys, I would rather ask Sian Massey, the Lions lady, her opinion, because she knows more about football than him. And Simon Jordan seems to be about Simon Jordan being a controversialist. That's his way. But I think, and I'm sorry I've gone on, lads. It's just something that's got under my crop.
No, Dave, carry on, Dave.
I love my club, right? And I try not to be defensive about my club, like we all love our club. But it was just I tell you what it was. It seemed to me some views that were offered with not a lot of research having gone into it. It was kind of like it was done on rumours and a perception of Jesse Lingard as a person. I mean, if Jesse Lingard is costing us, what, I don't know, 9 or 10 million in wages. I don't know what it is. Morgan Gibbs-White, unproven, although very good against us on 5 occasions last year, 30 million, that seems to be actually a little bit more controversial than Jesse Lingard. So, sorry, I've talked myself out.
Wait. People, give a clap to Dave. People, get in the comments. Go to the. This one I love.
I wish I could get to the point like Dylan and Stephen and yourself, Ben, but I'm terrible.
People, get in the comments. Get to clap to Dave. I just love Dave talking. This is why he's on the channel. He's like Des. He can talk like don't expect to Stephen or Dylan, but Dave can just talk, and it makes sense. Steve, can you be what Dave just said?
He said a lot what I agree with and what I would have said.
On to the next subject.
The two things I want to say, which he did touch on, was the Leicester City thing, with what I said at the time, right? Them winning the Premiership, and nothing to do with them East Midlands rivals and the Forest Leicester thing. When they won the Premiership, I said this is one of the worst things that could happen, because ever since then, we've had the top 6, we've had the Super League rumours, we've had Man City spending 200 million on a left back. All these stupid, the top 6, like Dave's mentioned, have just gone on another level. They've got stronger because they never want another Leicester to win the Premier League. They don't want it. That's what Dave is hitting the nail on the head. They don't want that. They don't want this. Oh, we're Leicester City. Oh, that's just a freak thing that happened in history. They don't want that to happen again. And my second point is, Dave just taking all my points away.
I wanted to say something halfway through it, but then I've just forgot it.
Steve, what it is, mate, it's this little cabal of 6, and they're all great teams. Don't get me wrong; they're all tremendous football clubs and tremendous teams. I have nothing against them, but it's this kind of lazy grouping together of them, and it's almost like we're meant to go up and know our place. Now, what Nottingham?
That's my second point.
Lads, Nottingham is a rebel city. We've had banners. Forza boys do brilliant banners about Nottingham being a rebel city. Why should Nottingham Forest know their place and kowtow and tug the forelock? I mean, Leicester City, when they won the league, lads, and I know I'm not meant to, but I wanted Leicester City that year to win the league so much. I danced for joy when they won it. As a football lover, right? They were 5,000 to 1 to win it. We are currently 1,000 to 1 to win. And why shouldn't Nottingham Forest and our fantastic squad and our fantastic owners and manager and the incredible fan base that we are, why should we not dream big? Okay, we might fall flat on our faces, but why not?
Have you heard the rumour about the tip? Forest, apparently a high percentage of bets have gone on Forest to make top 4, only because it's 200 to 1. Top 4.
Right, Steve, can I stop there?
Top 4, I'll have a tattoo of Steve Cooper on my back.
Let me say something. I cannot wait till the BT Sport comes out, because everyone's going to laugh. So wait till BT.
When's it out?
I don't know, but wait till people ever see the BT. People's going to laugh. So
hang on, lads. Hang on. It's Simon Jordan. He wants me to go on the show.
Right.
Can I just ask one question to you three? Can you remember in recent history ever a transfer like Lingard has upset the media as much?
No.
I can't.
No, you're right.
When has a transfer ever... Okay, Ronaldo last summer going back to United. Okay, they were like, is he going to City? Is he going to United? Blah, blah, blah. Is he going to United for the money? Blah, blah, blah. But I can't recall such an obsessive, negative throw at a transfer, especially from a promoter's side, ever. I just can't be the obsession with them. What is it?
Right.
I'd like to say,
just let it go.
You know what it is, right? I think we just it's good.
And actually, the other thing about it is, if there's any kind of psychology going on, right? Why are they so upset about it? I mean, Steve Cooper, until last night, Steve has said nothing. And all he said, his only reference to it last night was the figures quoted nothing like the reality, right? But the point I come back to is it's not Forest saying, tell you what, let's wind that lot up. No, it's not. Forest is sitting there going, we need X goalkeepers, we need X defenders, we need X midfielders, we need X strikers. Otherwise, you know, I mean, it's team building.
Where's the comment? Wait.
You mean to laugh? Warren who? Read his comment.
Where is it? Where is it?
Comment of the night.
Should play Dave speaking this game. Shout out to Warren who?
Let me just say to Warren, right? It's very kind of him, but let me tell you, if they put my face on a giant screen at the City Ground, people would rush for the exits, mate. Honestly, I mean, look at this face. Who would love this face?
Dave,
do you know what? Don't put him on the big screen. I'd stick him in doing the team talk.
right. Before we do that, there's two super chats, and this is for Dave. I think I should. Brilliant, Dave. I got £2. Thank you, Mark, for £2. Brilliant, Dave. Just bloody brilliant. Another one. Thank you, James, for the £1.79. So please give Dave speech. This one, I told you, this is why we get Dave on here. He can talk for ages. He does. This is why it's mad. It's mad.
Can I just say one more thing?
Okay, go on.
Just say one thing that about transfers. We haven't mentioned one other name.
Who?
Mr. Ramsey. And I'm not all about Gordon.
Right. Let me have this opinion. Let me have an opinion about Ramsey. I don't think he'll come. I don't think we need him.
No.
I personally don't think we need him.
No, I agree with you, lads. I'm not. Ramsey, He went to Rangers last year. He scored in an Old Firm game, and then kind of disappeared after that against the likes of Livingston, St Mirren. I'm afraid Aaron Ramsey's a back number. I'm sorry. He's been an excellent player, but not anymore.
Not for me. Dylan, what's your opinion on Ramsey?
We don't need him. We don't need him. He hasn't played. He don't play much. Do you know what I mean? Yes, he's probably going to want to go somewhere and get his game time in for the World Cup. But the only thing is supposedly there's another big signing coming in. Do you know what I mean? But
it's the record.
Well, someone said they saw him. Someone said they saw him in West Bridge filling up his car on Sunday, and went, "Don't worry, you'll see me soon."
See, what's your opinion on the Welsh guy?
Obviously, being this part of the world, I've spoken to my mates and asked their opinions. It's 50-50. A lot of my mates saying, "Wow, if you get a fully fit Ramsey in that attack, he can do damage." End of the day, he's a great player on his day. Not being Welsh bias, he is. But what comes with it, the other 50% is injuries. His legs may have gone. He'll bring a raft of experience. Like, you can't deny that, to the dressing room. But then that it does worry me about his legs. Will he just come off the bench? Impact player. We could open the defence up. So I'm sitting on the fence with it. I wouldn't begrudge if he did sign for us. I wouldn't just go, "Oh no, we've signed Aaron Ramsey," but it wouldn't be a player I'd go, "Yes, go and grab him." If he's there, if Cooper wants him again, you've got to trust Cooper. And if he wants to bring him in, we touched on the experience earlier. If he's someone in the dressing room, you've got the Welsh links there as well. Johnson, Nico, Hennessy. It could just be one. I just hope little divides and bubbles don't grow. That's the only thing I don't hope. But I can't see that happening. But it's it don't strike me like a cliquey dressing room. I think this is what Cooper, which he touched on in the podcast, is that Cooper wants now. He knows that the quality's got to step up. And what he saw last night, I think he knows the players he wants and his squad. Because this is a whole different kettle of fish. 100%. We're going to find
out. There's 235 people in. Please, if you do me a massive favour, hit the like button as well. It helps my channel a lot. And if you are new, please do subscribe. I'm trying to get to 9K for the Newcastle game. So all just help me out.
One other player as well with his Dennis from Watford as well.
That's what. I think the last bit I want to talk about. I know I saw on social media Dennis.
He'd be a great signing.
All my mates have been saying he's good, but I've not seen him. I've watched a lot of football.
He was in a poor Watford side, so I think.
Yeah. So people in the comments, what do you think about Dennis? Do you think we should get him? I know Tawi Wadney. He's that kind of player, but in the comments, what do you think? Last but not least, I'm getting the panel onto this. Dylan, Dennis, do you think we should get him? Yes or no?
Well, I don't know. Like I say, don't know much about him, but we're going to need at least two more, I feel, because you're going to, do you know what I mean? We've got Surridge, but we've got Awoniyi, and then is Taylor going to cut the mustard? I don't think so. You're going to need two more, at least two more. So are they going to go for this Dennis at 25 mil? And then are they looking at someone else? You've got to have an all-round front line to go with. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got Johnson and that, but Johnson's not really a striker as such, is it?
Yeah, I think he is.
I think he could. I think if you stuck him up front, do you know what I mean? I think personally, I put on that video earlier, I think Johnson will be their top scorer.
As well, I will mention that at the end of the stream. I want to do something special to everyone to get involved. I know Steve, Dave, and Dylan have done a video for me, but people I will mention it later on. Dennis, Steve, before we do go, do you think we can get him, yes or no?
Get who?
Steve, Dennis from Watford.
Well, again, people are mentioning Corney as well. He's another player who's not going away, but I think we still need. I agree with Dylan. That's one position I feel we still haven't hit that nail on the head yet. That'd be the cherry on the cake. That striker. I think maybe is Dennis the answer. Maybe he is. Like I said, he played in a poor Watford side last year. What I saw of him, he looked quite good. So I think he brings something to the table with that physicality up front. plenty of pace. But yeah, again, he'd be someone we'd be pushing for, yeah.
Okay, last but not least, Dave. Yes or no? I'm ready for this.
I absolutely agree with Dylan. I absolutely agree with Steve. We need two more. I would say we need two more centre forwards. We haven't got to that yet because we've built from the back.
Sturridge? You keep getting about Sturridge, though. He did well yesterday for us.
Oh, hey, look, Sam Sturridge is an excellent finisher. I mean, that finish last night. I mean, Sam was working his way back in after this hernia injury. He's had a lot to contend with. I mean, poor lad couldn't celebrate on the Monday after Wembley because he was in a hospital having his hernia done. So it was lovely to see Sam back out. Sam is going to be part of our squad. Sam's a terrific finisher. I mean, he's kind of nervous when he gets in front of goal. Sam, not a problem. I've got Sam and Taiwo, but I then think, like Dylan says, like Steve says, we need two more. As I say, we're building from the back. So it's a case of like the way Forest are going, we'll get to the strikers, we'd sort the midfield, we've done the defence, keepers, defence, midfield, let's get the strikers. Steve's point about Emmanuel Dennis standing out in a very bland Watford team that basically just came up and went away with a whimper is a really good one. I think Emmanuel Dennis is worth looking into. And the same principle applies to is it Maxwell Cornet at Burnley? You know, Burnley battled better than Watford did, and Burnley typically because of Daichi and what have you, they did give it a stick in until the end. But Cornet again stood out for them. Now these two guys, I would say, have in losing causes have proved that they could cut it to the Premier League. And I think, I mean, the inference that's been there for a while is that the transfer record was broken, but it's going to get broken again. Yeah. So in a way, with this transfer window, it's probably been the best transfer window we've had for centuries. You just don't know what's coming next. And I get up every morning, and even before I get on the loo, I have to check to see if anybody's been, gossiped about overnight. And it's fascinating. And we waited 23 years for it. Why shouldn't we enjoy it?
Why should we enjoy it?
It's so brilliant. So I think two more strikers. I think a couple more midfielders. I don't know, maybe three midfielders, because it seems, I tell you what Steve kind of hinted at last night when he was asked the question by Colin, as the lads have said. Steve Cooper was straight in, oh yeah, we need more. And it wasn't a case of we need one or two. You could almost sense he was saying we need more than the one or two. So we haven't finished it. I don't think we'll see. My view on August is so we're talking Newcastle, West Ham, Everton, Tottenham, and City. I don't think we'll see a kind of a sort of as near to definitive Forest as you'll get until we play Bournemouth on the 3rd, because that's the first game after the window shuts. So yeah. I still think it's going to be a fluid Forest. We're almost going to have to kind of, learn as we go throughout August. I mean, certainly those final 2 of the 5 games in August are incredibly tough. I mean, it's so hard to see us winning those games, but you never know. But then I think when we get to like Bournemouth, Leeds, and Fulham in September, I think you will see more of what I would imagine to be a settled Forest side. So we haven't stopped. It's not going to stop. Get on the ride and enjoy it.
Exactly. We enjoy it. I think all Forest fans are enjoying it. Like I said, we brought in 12 players. There's going to be more. I'm enjoying it. We keep spending. Let the mainstream media or whoever it is.
Oh, Ben, breaking news. Forest have put a bid in for Kylian Mbappe and Neymar.
Keep dreaming. Right, people, I've enjoyed this. Thank you everyone for taking part. For 241 people, much appreciated as well. If you do a massive favor for me, hit the like button as well. We know that we've not heard much of Dylan or Stephen because Dave has stole the show.
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry.
Don't be sorry. I think even Stephen's lost his tongue. Ain't Stephen? He's lost his tongue.
I was when I was on the other night with Des and Dave. It was just me and Ben was just sat back. It was like just listening to pure gold. With Des talking, because Des is awesome at talking. Dave talking. It's just like I could listen to them both all day.
I could listen to it. People love the people as well.
Sorry, Ben, could we all agree as Forest fans, and I'm sure the entire Forest universe could agree, right? With all these pundits, can we just all agree on one thing? We've had 23 years of pure dross.
Yes.
Right? We've been in League One. We've seen him move to Chester away, Oldham away, Gary Megson, Joe Kinnear, Alex McLeish. We deserve this time. So up yours, mainstream media, right? We deserve it. If we want to sign Jesse Lingard, we can do it. Up yours. We are back.
Bring on. I'd sign Ronaldo next.
Well said, Steve.
Right, I back in League One, I was travelling up on my own to places like Crewe, watching absolute dross. So yes.
I think yeah, the game that got to me, I think, was Oldham away, 3-0. That game done me.
Yeah.
We're now in the Premier League. We are going to spend nearly 100 million, but who cares? People want to talk about Forest. Let them. We'll keep spending. We'll keep improving. And that's what we've got to keep proving. And that's what Forest is doing. So shout out to Mr. Marinakis and Matilda Marinakis as well, and Dave Murphy. We can't forget about Dave Murphy as well. He's getting these players as well.
Yeah, all of it.
So, but yeah, right. Let me get going, people. Thank you for everyone that took part, for 229 people as well. Thank you to Dylan. Thank you for Stephen, and thank you for Dave. He's doing the J-Leagues as well. As well. For people, like I said, thank you everyone as well. I know we're close to selling Mangala. If we do sell him, we'll have to do a late stream for that, about 10ish. So because I don't finish work till 9, or I could get Des to do it. So we will be.
You'll get your viewers.
Nah,
he'll get you to 9K.
Listen to me.
Ben, you dress up as Robin Hood, yeah?
Yeah.
If you get to 10K by Christmas, you're going to dress up as Maid Marian.
Old Trafford on Boxing Day.
Okay, right. So right. So Old Trafford. Yeah, right. Deal. If I can get to 10K by Christmas, I will dress up as Maid Marian. Yeah,
and be led onto the field holding Joe Worrell's hand as the mascot.
You can jog on. You can jog on.
I'm sure we can get that sorted somewhere along the line.
Nah, there's not a chance. Right, people, if you get me to 10K, I'll dress as Maid Marian. I hope Craig's not watching this, but people, make it happen. If you want it to happen, make it happen. All you do is hit the subscribe button. That's all you got to do for me. I'm on. I don't know what I'm on. Nah, that's my time, but you can do a massive favor.
I think you're going to hit 10K by Boxing Day.
If you can, people, go and subscribe to the channel. Before I do, guys, I've got a new member to the channel. I can't pronounce it. Is it OB?
Great band. Hey, love Orbital. Great band.
Orbital Forest. Thank you for being a member.
Pay for your outfit.
If you can, OB Forest, can you email me or message me on Twitter? And like I said, I think I'll do a show on Sunday for members, so people as well, people that I've already messaged. I am going to do a show on Sunday. Right, again, people, thank you for everyone that took part. Dylan, Steve, and the man himself, Dave. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for everyone that took time to watch us talk about club that we love. People, we are so close. We've got Valencia on Saturday. Next up, our first Premier League back for 23 years. Newcastle away. I cannot wait. Right, people, thank you for everyone that took part. Hopefully we'll do a stream tomorrow when Mangala does confirm the sign. I think it'll be tomorrow. I think it'll be tomorrow or Friday, but we'll be doing a show. Thank you for everyone. Hopefully, I hope everyone's had a fantastic day. Thank you for took time to watch all four of us talk about Nottingham Forest. I'm out. Dave, drop the mic if you can. See you soon. Up the Forest.